There we go, finally. What a pain. All right, everybody, let's get going here. All right, so I titled this morning, Are They Confused? Where's the Rally? Not that anything's wrong yet, but personally, I thought, here's the numbers. They're pretty good. Um, up and away. And maybe that's going to happen yet. So yesterday, gapped up, was a nice gap up, and got sold into and formed a pretty much of a classic W type of a bottom here on the 15-minute chart. Um, got a little climactic, perfect spot for buyers to show up. Sometimes they go straight up. Don't like that myself. Excuse me. Prefer the little retest. It's a higher probability pattern. And, I did the midday update and thought, wow, could this thing turn into a bottoming tail bar? And it certainly could have. I had my doubts, but anyway, buyers, I'm sure, were a little hesitant ahead of the news. So we have a buy setup on the 65-minute, still in an uptrend. If it was to close below here today, that would be a little bit of a problem. The daily is still, up, but we got a little red bar yesterday. So if we were to get a close down here, it would be a short-term problem. We'll see what happens. We got Monday is the 30th. I'm just thinking, October. I the password into the room is, the question mark October high question mark. Um, October is famous for sell-offs, but we got a nice set of pivots down here. If there is some profit taking or whatever it might be, the only I think variable that it's like kind of like other than looking at the markets is what's going on in the Middle East. There's this talk with oil, and so some things going on there. That, there's always that risk. Somebody shoots off a rocket and crazy happens, and oil skyrockets, and that's the unknown. So right now, bit of a stall. See the cues here into this gap area right here. Yeah, right, Alex. It's kind of unnerving. What's going on, but it's been happening for so long, and it's like, come on already, guys. Out of our control. So we'll see. So where are things here? Gapping inside of yesterday's range. So the news is out. Buyers could have hit, the accelerator and pushed it up. It's not happening. There's still this hesitancy. Maybe it's about the Middle East. I don't know. Um, so we'll just see where this has to go. As far as a support area, I think this is significant since this had this consolidation. The gap up was profit taking, came into support, buyers stepped up. It's all good. A red bar doesn't change the trend, and we'll see what today brings. Right. Spiders, similar. Gap up, sell off. It was all about the semiconductors, which we'll take a look at. Um, up here a little bit, there was some wiggles. So far inside of yesterday's range, not a big deal. No damage done. The trend is up, new all-time highs. We can hang up here. We don't get any big red bars, topping tails. Maybe it's just going to be a go nowhere kind of day as we just wait and see what happens over the weekend. Every day is an unknown. Some days we have clear setups, And we really don't, other than we have a clear trend and we have very clear reference points, but there's this hesitancy as to what do we do? Now, thought this was interesting today. So here's nothing was touched yesterday, never even got close to any strikes yesterday. So yesterday, this was a large open interest. It got really big, right? So more calls were being bought 57.50, and that had to be an anticipation it's going to go up. So this is, kind of a line in the sand here. The prices are right there as we look at spiders. So these are going to expire today. So, and there's profit in it. So look, where is it? 57.50. That is, you know, $15 and expiring today. If things start to tickle down here, I would take that money and that could, start more selling. So keep that in mind. That's, in the middle of nowhere, but that's some big money sitting there that could start to, hit the bid. So keep that in mind. This is in between these strikes. Which way is it going to go? Don't really know because things just aren't moving here. Things are still bullish. So maybe they can get going to the upside. And you know, it's not a no-brainer. Let me put it that way. It's not a no-brainer. But there's some positives, other positives going on here, where IWM was gapping up. So that's a good thing. Speculative. I don't know I haven't looked at what's moving in there yet, whether it's regional banks or biotechs or oil. Maybe it is oil, which would make sense. Take a look at that. But this is gapping up. Some congestion up there. You can see where the cursor is, but that's a good sign. Yesterday we talked about this pulling back to a buy area. Now it's gapping up. Let's see if it can hold on to that gain. What happens in the morning? Take a look at regional banks. Then we get to oil. So that's moving up a little bit. That's in a buy area. I think yesterday we talked about the angle of retracement here. But we'll see if this can hold on to the gain. And got to add XBI to that list. Yeah, so that's up a little bit. So IWM possibly could be firing on all cylinders today. So that's a good positive happening there. So XLE. Up a little, this yesterday we talked about the potential for oil. Maybe it would form a W type of a bottom because you had this accelerated move into this big support area. We don't have it yet, but it's stable. So Middle East, blah, 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 what we talked about, we'll see. Now, a little bit of a concern, look at this. A lot of anticipation that this number would ignite the market higher. So while this is normal for breadth to move down toward the zero line during a consolidation there. So not a big deal. Again, trend is still up, but a lot of call buying in anticipation. So, and the total is touching that band as well. So there's a lot of anticipation that the markets are going to go up. So which opens up the door for potential disappointment. So that 57.50 on SPX, keep that in mind. Set an alert underneath it. See if it starts going down there. It could ignite some selling. If it stays above it, maybe the AD line, advancers minus decliners. Hopefully, let's see where that is. Things aren't moving too much, but if it's up at above 1,000, above 1,500. That's going to be a positive for today. So this doesn't mean necessarily anything bearish would happen today. Maybe the markets go up and breadth will move up and join sentiment, and then we'd have a clear signal. All right, this is going on here. We looked at crude oil. Gold is down a little bit. Probably needs a little bit of a rest. It's a little extended from the 20, new all-time highs. Still looks like it's going to go higher. Bitcoin is up a bit here. This has the potential to continue to grind higher. Yesterday, we gave our ETF. Looking for this to continue to move higher. Backed off a little yesterday. It's up again, gapping up there. So this Bitcoin has room to go higher. So we kind of like that. This was talked about in the room. Reversal day there. Maybe that'll continue to move up. It's gapping up there a little bit. Haven't looked at the dollar lately. This is doing absolutely nothing, but it theoretically should be a lot lower, considering these interest rates have plummeted as they have. So it's holding up relatively well, considering this drop in short-term interest rates. Time is it? Let's do a little time here. Let's take a look at the futures. So look, it's a green day. Move up. It doesn't look as good as IWM, but IWM is gapping up. I think, we'll wait and see a little bit how things shake out in the first 5 or 10 minutes to see, do they just hit the bid again, or the buyers want to step up and, this wiggle that's going on right now, this hesitancy, which we looked at, is just an inside day. I got to take a look at the semiconductors, because that's kind of like the key here, one of the keys, because they're certainly in favor. So it was just kind of a normal gap and crap situation. This is an inside day as well. We got, the buy set up there on the 65. So the same thing here. Yesterday's low in the markets, as you can see, as we looked at the 65-minute, is going to be an important point to hold in the short term. I mean, overall, weekly charts look good. We'll see weekly bars at the end of today, how they look. Back here on the spiders, that's obviously new all-time highs, but momentum just slowing down to a crawl. And so this looks good. So we'll see. Keep in mind that 57.50 on SPX, call options, a lot of call buying yesterday. So set up for potential for some disappointment if the markets don't get it kicked in. So Qs are, you can see, are up above this little shelf here. That's good. Let's see if we can get them up and away, moving up there. They break down below here. We'll see, as we always do. All yours, Dan.
Good morning. Happy 0DTE day, where we like to sell naked options and credit spreads that expire in hours. Raul, MTB. Yeah, it's a buy setup, uptrend, weekly, month, all time frames. That's a mid bank, I think. MLI. Yeah, they both look good. Buy setups, sure. Yeah, keep them on the list. Let me look at alarms here. A couple things. MU, we did a nice 1 DTE call spread yesterday. Covered half already. I got to stop over 112, so that's fine. Dropbox. I had an up alarm go off here. We bought calls on this on Wednesday. Beautiful weekly chart, bottoming pattern. That is fantastic weekly chart. If it closes like this, just add on Monday over the week's high. Doku, low alarm. We're in this long, it's an early alarm, so let me just reset it. But it's a tad relative weakness today. The fact that it's gapping down and the market's up, but nothing to worry about. Redfin, Sammy voice trade. My alarm went off pre-market, buy setup, bullish weekly, monthly. Coin, alarm. Up here, we did a put spread yesterday for next week. Looks good. Dell, low alarm. We did a put spread on this afternoon breakout, gapping down here to support. But again, you know, it's not what you want to see. Relative weakness, but we got our stops in, and we shorted the 119s, so we still have $5 of cushion. Delta 20, Twilio long. Yeah, it's a closing breakout. Nice weekly. Yeah, I like that. I would have liked it better if it was an inside day for a 1, 2, 3, but it gapped up. You can watch it pull back. Yeah, I'll put it right here on this middle chart. IWM alarm went off. Greg talked about it. I've been watching this as a put spread. So see, I use pre-market data when it's liquid. So what I want to see now is a buy setup that, you know, this eyeballing here stays above 220 spot 40. So that's what ideally what I would like to see, or just chop around and take out a 30-minute high. Zoom Z alarm. Sam, I had a low alarm go off at 21.25, but I don't see the prints now. All right, earnings. BlackBerry, a breakout of a big inverse head and shoulder here on the weekly. Earnings trade, we shorted the 250 puts for 13 cents. So that gives us a cost basis of 237. So it's gapping down a few pennies here, but we still have an open game. You know, it's 3 cents in the money, but I'll monitor that as always. Costco. This looks like a 0 DTE call spread. I'll put that in a window. Costco call spread. We got to wait 5 minutes. Let the spreads tighten up. Mountain 179. You know, bearish gap here, still in a trading range. I personally sold the 160s. So I still have $19 cushion. It's going to be spready. It's going to be at the open. I put in an order to a bid to close at 20 cents. Doubt I'm going to get filled, but as a new trade, I don't see anything to do. Shaw, there's a bullish gap. It's gapping actually over resistance. So that's a pro gap. That's a 30-minute high trade. Let's put that in the bottom right here. Let's see, HL, Shoal looks good. And these are just now miscellaneous things. Bricks, NLI, copper. Okay, he's from Raoul. Yeah, let me set an alarm on that. That's great. Set an alarm at 71.75. All the metals have had a great week. Gold, copper. Oh, Greg, talking about gold. Maria Bartiromo was asking a guest who's bullish on gold. Should you be buying gold now? Absolutely. Have you ever, it reminds me of commercials, which is why I hate them. They're just so self-serving. Car commercial. It's always the same template. This is the best time ever to buy a car. Liquor company. Always a good time to drink. Gold commercials. Always the best time. Always the best time to buy gold. Every one of their commercials. Because they're just self-serving and they don't best time to buy it according to whom and why. All right. Prim. Prim. This was on Sammy's list, a little bull flag. I have an alarm. Wigs, I'm hoping for a 1, 2, 3. Docs, closing breakout. It's great. Let me set an alarm 87.60. And I already did on the other computer. Bravo Charlie, little bull flag. I actually did a one lot put spread just to get in it. I think I forget what strike I did. NYCB. I was trying to sell the 11 puts yesterday. I did not get filled. Redfin we talked about, HAG. It's bearish, maybe 30-minute low short. Whirlpool, I was hoping for an inside bar for a 1, 2, 3, 4 Monday. Connell, I mentioned bottoming pattern I got from my pilot buddy. Bat 2-1. He's probably in it already because that's when he gives me ideas. I know, Don. It's take it to an extreme, Don. Buy my diet pill and you can eat whatever you want and don't have to exercise. All right, well, if you're stupid enough to believe that, then you all are meant for each other. Piton was a big mess. I'm short the $5 puts that expire today. So I'm actually bidding a penny. See if I get out. I'm not going to get filled at the open because there's still 6.5 hours of time risk. But SMCI, we had a beautiful put spread on this little breakout. I mean, naked put. Took our money, beautiful profit. And then somebody mentioned us falling in the green room yesterday. And I said, yeah, it looks like a call spread now. See, that's when you know you're a trader. Put spread here, 2 days later, call spread. I don't care which way you go up. Just give me a compelling pattern. But yeah, I read that the FTC is after them for, I don't know, something misleading, whatever. Bravo Charlie, we already talked about. Little bull flag. IWM, we talked about Fizzler, closing breakout. Alex gave us. Let's try to sell some puts on that. Put that in the window. It's gapping over the entry, so let me tell subscribers. That it's good to go. All right. UBT, Alex gave me. These two, I guess, are interest rates, got cooked. So yeah, that's a buy setup at the 50. TMF, same. Just they look same to me, same underlying. Win got an upgrade, idiot timing with the charts. If you read charts, I would have given the upgrade on this igniting bar way down here. ILNQ gapping up for some reason. It's an excessive gap. Look at this UNF. It's light volume. But look, daily, weekly, monthly are all in alignment. It's just light, the volume's too light, but nice pattern. MTB buy setup. Let me set an alarm at 175.80. That came from Raul. 75.80. Milling Twilio. All right, so we got through all that. Let me go up here now. These are leftovers. IEX. It's it's had a monster run. So I'm really not crazy about these patterns myself, but it's a nice 180. There's a Vanguard fund closing breakout. Looks good. Oracle. Ah, good. It went up and back. So now I'll reset my alarm. I'll reset it to 168.30. On both put spread and directional, I do. There's our Fizzler again. There's Dollar General and Dollar Tree, both bottoming patterns I'm watching. VFC is continuing to move. That was on our list. KMX from yesterday, a bear gap that bullies, put spread idea, BA over those highs. There's our Redfin. Redfin's a go. Give half lot. Ah, shoot, our BlackBerry came in hard. That's when we did earnings on. All right, shoot, it was up after the market. So I'll just let it settle down. Costco's down, call spread idea. All right, just gotta go through alarms here. VSAT, low alarm, nice. We are long puts in this. So I'll reset the alarm. 1185. MTB alarm went off. So that's a buy setup. Not bad at all. Dollar Tree. Yeah. Yeah, Dollar Tree looks good. All right, BB. Yeah, so BB, I just gotta let simmer down. Docs over. I'll set a new alarm, 87.60. This is Sammy Boy's trade. So over the high will look really good. Red bar ignored. I had an alarm at 87.60, so I'm just resetting it. My mountain is showing me an open loss because spreads. I guess I saw a bid at 25 cents, so I'm gonna go high bid at 30. See if I get lucky. Net. Yeah, it's bullish. Yeah, insurance has been on fire. Visa alarm again. Bravo, Charlie. This is one, this is one, Sam, I did a starter position put spread. Let me see what I did. Yeah, I did a one lot of it, 80.75. Costco keeps falling. That would have been a nice call spread, but fell too much. I'm not gonna even look, but maybe for next week. But that's fallen a lot, 15, 16 bucks already from the open. All right, Zoom Z. All right, so that was a false down alarm. Show bottom right coming in, Twilio coming in. I agree with Greg. I think it's going to be a sloppy day in the sell. All right, BlackBerry. You know what? I'm gonna close it at 10. We made 30 bucks on it. All right, so just because it's crazy, so Greg, here's another example. You know, crazy move against me, and I on a 10 lot made 30 bucks. So take it.
Amazing when it happens.
Well, I mean, we know the problem. It has built in cushion to gap against us. The question is how much and how big a gap, goes in your face.
Right.
And that's hard to calculate because you can't look at a computer program and say, oh, as long as it gaps here, you're fine. There's a lot of swag in that.
I wonder what this company does today because I don't think anybody uses a BlackBerry anymore.
No, it's their technology. It's the technology is what their value is, licensing it. All right, so I'm out of that piece of garbage. All right, so that felt good. All right, Piton, I have an open gain on my short puts. Dell low alarm, shoot. Told you he was on probation.